Hey, what is going on, guys? DK. Back at you with another video here to bring the Thursday Night Football showdown slate between the Jets and the Colts. Well, it's a showdown slate. You know, it's not going to be the most exciting game, but hey, the Jets were able to move the ball against the Bengals last game. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on Draftkings. If you're unable to watch these videos, I also upload on Apple Podcasts. Link down below. It's called the DKDFS show. If you have an extra minute or two, if you could leave a 5-star rating and review, that would really help me out. If you're interested in signing up for premium content, now is the perfect time beginning of the month. I offer a few different packages, NBA, NFL, and esports. And I want to thank the sponsor of the video, Prize Picks. So here, let me go ahead and refresh this. Take a look to see if the board is out for Thursday night. Let's see, NFL, it is. We have some single stat stuff. So fantasy score stuff is not out yet. But yeah, there's a couple different ways you can play. The first way is taking over under fantasy points, and the second way is like taking over under like passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards. You can mix and match sports too. So if you guys want to try it out, you can sign up using my code DKDFS, all one word. You'll get a 100% match up to $100. So if you deposit using my code $100, you'll get a free $100 to play with. And finally, I want to thank you guys again for your continued support. Sorry for not uploading the last couple of days. I've been pretty under the weather, but feeling a little bit better of late. So going to get a video out here for Thursday night. Again, this is not the most exciting game. But let's get into it. So really quick, let's take a look at the winning lineup from Monday Night Football. So it was Tyreek Hill and the captain with Mahomes, Darrell Williams, Booker, Pringle, and Rudolph. Really weird one, right? Kind of a low-scoring game. We all expected more of a shootout. I had both Shepard and Tony. They both got injured, so that was no fun. I had Shepard and the captain. So my lineup was dead, basically, because those Giants receivers can't stay healthy. I have them in my one season-long team and in best ball, and they just can't stay healthy. It's so frustrating. But yeah, super weird one. That was the winning lineup in the luxury box. Okay, so we'll start off with the Jets. Let's take a look at snap counts last week. So Michael Carter played a majority of the game, 70% of snaps. Ty Johnson played about 30%. At wide receiver, so they really mixed it up here. This was with Corey Davis missing last game. Mims, 70%. Keelan Cole, 65%. Jamison Crowder, 61%. Berrios, Moore, and Smith all got some run too, all playing around a quarter of the game. If you look at the previous week, though, again, this was with Corey Davis in. It was Corey Davis and Jamison Crowder playing majority of the snaps, with Moore getting about half the game, Keelan Cole 40%. So they kind of mix it up again. I don't expect Corey Davis to play. He has not practiced the first couple games, so the Jets wide receivers, it's kind of a headache. You know, I think the snaps could go a lot of different ways. Obviously, you had Mims and Cole barely played 2 games ago, and they led the team in snaps last game. So it's like, all right, that's the biggest question mark, is what are the Jets going to do with these wide receivers and their snaps? At tight end, Croft played 61% of the snaps. Ryan Griffin played 49%. For the Colts, Jonathan Taylor played 74% of snaps. Naheem Hines, 31%. Marlon Mack only played 1 snap. A wide receiver, Pittman Pascal played a majority of the game. T.Y. Hilton got a little bit banged up. And then Doolin played 36% of the snaps. And at tight end, Jack Doyle played 62% of the snaps. Mo Cox, 49%. Jack Doyle trolled me with a touchdown in the main slate. I played him last 2 previous showdown slates. So that's a lot of fun. But all right, so yeah, again, we'll start with the Jets. And at the top, Mike White, 9.8K is expected to start here. Actually just looked pretty good the first couple games. Now, do I necessarily trust Mike White to be a great quarterback? No, but he's relatively cheap. He's 9.8K, so I do think he's still a safer option. No real rushing upside with Mike White, but yeah, the first couple games he's played, again, he came in against New England, 20-32, and obviously against Cincinnati, he was fantastic. So I think he's a solid option. The one thing I will say is the Jets might be a little bit over-owned because of the last game. Like, I don't expect the Jets to be scoring 35 points a game, right? Now, Michael Carter at 8.6K, just an absurd 14 targets last game, 9 catches on 14 targets. I don't expect that again, but I do expect him to get a majority of the touches. So we probably get around 20 total touches from Michael Carter, which makes him a relatively safe option. Expect him, again, to get the majority of the running back touches. Jamison Crowder at 7.8K, I think is probably the safest wide receiver for the Jets. Snaps went down a little bit last game, but he's been playing a majority out of the slot. Should get somewhere between, 6 to 10 targets. So Crowder's probably the guy you feel the best about, but you're also going to have to pay up for him. Again, Corey Davis, I don't expect him to play. Listed as non-participant. I would guess he is out. Ty Johnson will be the backup running back. He also had 6 targets last week. He's a good pass-catching running back. The only issue I have with him is the price. For a backup running back, do we want to pay $6.4K for him? So right now, more of a contrarian option. Elijah Moore, again, snaps have been a little bit up and down for him, but 6 targets back-to-back weeks makes him viable. Really, the Jets wide receivers, like I said, it's kind of a headache here. Let's see, the kickers are always in play. Tyler Kroft at 4K. I guess, again, really, for the Showdown slates, just lock in all the tight ends and you're going to win all the money. That's the way it's really been going in the last month. But he doesn't really stand out at the price point. Berrios is a guy I usually get to when Jamison Crowder misses. When Jamison Crowder plays, he doesn't get a ton of snaps. When Crowder misses, that's when he becomes very viable, like we saw with the first couple of weeks. So Berrios, not a ton of interest there. And you have Keelan Cole and Denzel Mims. That both are pretty cheap, 2.4 and 2K respectively. Again, I'll go back to last game. There's no guarantee they get these snaps. But we saw those two led the team in snaps, 70% and 65%. So like I said, there's no guarantee, but they're also very cheap, where like I would be willing to roll the dice. You had 3 catches and 5 targets for Keelan Cole. And Denzel Mims had 2 catches on 3 targets. So I'm interested in both those cheap wide receivers for the Jets. Again, that's what I said is the biggest question mark. Or what are the snap counts going to look like for the Jets wide receivers? Ryan Griffin, I probably prefer him to Tyler Kroft because he's cheaper, but it's just so gross talking about this Jets team. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to mention here? Jeff Smith played about a quarter of the game. He's only 1.2K. I think I'd rather go to Mims and Cole, though, who played a lot more previous game. I don't expect Tevin Coleman to be available, so it should be a lot of Michael Carter and Ty Johnson. And then, yeah, that's really it for the Jets. Let's move on to the Colts. So we went over the snap counts. I think Jonathan Taylor is super safe. Going to get a good amount of ownership. Now, he's still not going to get like a bell cow back roll. Marlon Mack might get a couple touches, and then Nyheim Hines will be mixing in the 3rd down role. But I think Taylor, of all the spend ups, he makes for a very, very safe play. Same with Carson Wentz, 10.8K. I feel better about him than I do Mike White. You're also going to pay a little bit more for him. But yeah, Carson Wentz, I think, is a super safe option. You could obviously, you could play both quarterbacks. T.Y. Hilton, not expected that he is out to play. So Michael Pittman, as I said, has established himself as the number 1 wide receiver. This is crazy. Definitely an outlier game, but 10 catches on 15 targets for 2 touchdowns. So, Pittman's the upside play for wide receiver. Again, though, you're going to have to pay premium for him. I think Zach Pascal is a relatively safe option, especially with T.Y. Hilton out. 6-8 targets. He played basically the entire game. So I don't think he has as much upside as Pittman, but you're also getting a big savings with him. So, I think Pascal is a pretty solid play there in the mid-range. Nyheim Hines, I don't mind. The issue is he's very reliant, or he's very game flow dependent. So like in games they fall behind, he's going to be much more valuable. In games they're playing from ahead, which you would think they are against the Jets here, he doesn't look as great. Now, anything can happen. The Jets could get off to an early lead. If that's the case, Nyheim Hines could have a good game. But right now, just a GPP only play for me. The 2 tight ends, Mo Alley-Cox and Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle is, playing more than Mo Alley-Cox. Mo Alley-Cox getting targeted a little bit more. Both are viable options. Neither really stand out to me. I'm not super interested in the defenses. If I had to pick one, it would be the Colts going up against Mike White. But, again, they're 5K, so it's like, And Marlon Mack only saw 1 snap last game as opposed to previous games where he was getting, 4 or 5 touches a game. So Marlon Mack, nothing more than a contrarian option. And then, Ashton Doolin is only $200. I think he's a pretty good value play, right? Because take a look at those snaps last game, right? So he played 36% of the snaps, and also T.Y. Hilton is out. So expect those snaps to go up. You can also take a look at the depth chart here for the Colts. Scroll down. Ashton Doolin is the number 3 wide receiver, right? Because T.Y. Hilton is out. So Pittman's 1, Pascal's 2, Doolin is 3. So I think Doolin is a pretty good value play at the flat min. And then also Mike Strachan is going to be probably the number 4 wide receiver. So I think he's a viable pivot there. But yeah, I think that's about it for the breakdown, guys, for Jets and Colts. As I said, it's not projected to be a super great game. Let's see, what's the Vegas totals on it? 46.5. The Colts are 10.5 point favorites. So, but it's still 500K up top on the Thursday Night Football show on slate. So there's still money to be made. But yeah, guys, if you have been enjoying the content so far, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos and go live. Thanks again, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.